I can give 20 people 5,000 naira. Then you will see like 1,000, 5,000 comments. And then when you finish sharing to 20 people, 5,000 naira, 100,000, your 100,000 naira is gone. You begin to have the urge of next time, when I want to do next time, I'll try and do 30 people. When you do 30 people, then you begin to feel like, man, people are suffering, Jesus Christ. When I do again, I'll do 100. Which is the philanthropist story, social media, feeling guilty for the failure of, feeling guilty for people's decisions. Decisions need consequences, yummy. Oh, get. When you make decisions, right? Decisions have consequences. And that is why when you make this, if you are old enough to make decisions, that means you are old enough to take responsibilities for them. So what I now discovered is that when you now get used to that, then you begin to feel like it is now your responsibility to care for people you don't know, you haven't met, you may never meet, but you are connected and you're just always then I now discovered that sometimes we are doing all of that to make ourselves feel better. When you sit down and you just be like, man, I just have this 1 million naira. And I just bought myself a nice car. And there are other people out there who have not eaten since yesterday. Now, if they see me driving my new car now, they will just feel bad. And I feel guilty that some people are suffering. People cannot eat. People cannot this. They cannot pay hospital bill. But me, I use my money to buy car. And I feel guilty that I have to go and buy. Okay, in order for me to feel better, let me just do giveaway so that I will not feel guilty again. Oh, everyone, I'm going to give you 500,000 naira to say, Mayegun, well done. Mayegun, God bless you. Mayegun, you are the type of people you need in our society. Mayegun, we are the kiniko. Mayegun that is talking about the failure of your government. And Mayegun that is also talking about those of you who have been enabling those failures. So Mayegun is now the giveaway master. It is called double standard, hypocrisy. If anybody won't perish, may them perish. Do not feel guilty about anybody and begin to do giveaway on social media because you just posted your birthday. And look at you looking clean. Your family are looking great. Oh, you are wearing this nice one. Everybody is now messaging you in your inbox. Oh, you feel guilty. What about some people who have not had since yesterday? What about the children who are hungry now? Anyway, let me just do giveaway so I can feel better. So I can drive my car and not feel guilty driving my... What the hell? Don't get me wrong, I love giving. I do. And I still do give a lot. But I realize that if I want to give publicly, I will give through an organization that does their things publicly. Yoruba Union. If I want to do anything as Mayegun, I will do them in my own small way behind the scene. You should give away farm way to encourage madness. I have learned a lot. And I encourage you, don't fall into that trap. I've been there too. As they say, as you grow older, you're supposed to, they say life is a teacher. The more you grow, the more you grow, the more you learn in happy. Anyway, so I have learned that I won't feel guilty for whatever Nigerians or anybody is facing on this social media. We're all supposed to come and express either our happiness or our disappointment, frustration, aspiration, expectations. Do not lie about Nigeria when you are suffering in the place. Stop saying God will fix it. And then you begin to look for people who will carry the burden of subsidizing your failure. Help me, help me. I help people. I'm just saying that the mentality of you thinking, helping Nigerians on social media, giving them this free giveaway, give this giveaway, support this giveaway, and all of that nonsense. If you think that is not your own direct way of contributing to the uselessness of Nigerians, I just told you now. I just did. We are contributing to their uselessness. And it is ideal not to that way. Here you get. You are in a place where they rob you so blind. And you are so confused that sometimes you'll be asking, what do you want us to do? No, to do. If what these guys did in Nigeria, like Shore put it, if that happened in America, apart from people who will be going to jail, American economy would have collapsed. Go on, Shere. Show.
Nobody here wants to hear that for the first time in the history of this country, Central Bank Governor of Nigeria was declared a terrorist. If it happens in America, the stock market will collapse. I'm telling you. But all of you are pretending that your central bank governor and those who are managing your monetary policies are doing your bidding. They are not. They are just glorified through the change organizations. And until the Nigerian economy serves the Nigerian people in such a way that the Norwegian economy serves the Norwegian people, what they call Nordic socialism, you are not going to get anywhere. Nobody here wants to hear.
Do you get what I'm saying now? When people don't tell themselves the truth, and then they want to kind of act like, oh, they could use nicety to just nice it away. Doesn't work that way. You have to take responsibility. You have to see the seriousness of the situation. You have to understand it. By understanding how it affects you, directly or indirectly. You don't wish that away. And then, come around and say, we all need to do kiniko together. Together with who? Criminals. Career criminals. Their decisions ruins businesses, ruins lives. And if there's anything Tifnubu owes you like at all, it doesn't owe you anything. No. If there's anything at all, it will be to actually indeed arrest Bokwari and every member of his dubious, destructive government. You see this woman? That is Shadia Farouk. You see this one, This one alone expended over 1.8 trillion naira on top say that they fight poverty in Nigeria. See this one? Then you look at this. Ashishe Bokwari and Ashishe's brother here. Now, when you see, okay, this one is not one of them. This one is Boss Mustafa and all that, right? Okay. They all have same thing in common. Make a list them. They are from northern Nigeria. They are Fulani and other tribes too from that northern Nigeria. They are Muslims, Shombo, and they are thieves. So when this poor little alimajiri, what do you call it? All this little jihadisti, when they come on social media to say they are fighting for Allah, and they are burning people, killing people in the name of Prophet Muhammad, say because they blaspheme, oh, that one is haram. Yeah? When they bring out their isba to destroy people's businesses in the name of Sharia, haram. Baba, corruption haram fa olori buruku yo. Looting is not haram to these criminals. Oh. Corruption is not haram. Oh. This life of criminality is not really haram to these rogues. Oh. But when you see all of their codeine addicted youth in northern Nigeria, ready to kill anybody because of somebody says something about Allah, and it is haram, and it is going to cause public unrest. The corruption of these rogues never caused any public unrest in northern Nigeria. Stealing is not haram. Child marriage is not haram. Corruption is not haram. We can't ask them, wetin go be haram? Poverty is haram, abi you know haram. But they said their religion is for the poor. Anyway, no? Religion is the opium of the poor. You have no idea what that means, abi? No? The poorer you are, the pretentiously religious you think you are. Bí ìyà tó ń jẹ ṣe tó. Now so you go believe say you dey religious rich. You don't know. Now small when you are living the poverty, little by little. Now then you go come to realize say life is not really that difficult. Life is, it's not that hard. So do you still pray? Of course I pray. The name of the Father. The poorer you are, the religious you think you are, closer to God, talking to God. Mayegun, wash your mouth. I can ask God to destroy you in 7 days. You said you are close to God. If I go for 31 days fasting and prayer, weary. Oh no, one for we cover. Don't try it. If I go if I go and check all of the other better well-to-do people. Nobody get time for that nonsense. Poverty don't share. And that is why they continue to hold you down there, so that they can tell you, say, God loves you. Because you self believe, say, God love you. You know they see God. When hunger, why are you? We say, it could come be like, say, like they turn to darkness for your life. Like, say, maybe you say, what you see? You go say, you no go talk, say you see God. Person we hunger won't kill. Talk saying they hear voice. God spoke to me last night. He called my name. If you don't hear the voice, it's not mad. Some of you who are like trying to run away from your own madness, when you are running away from what do you call it, the chaos created by this APC, the economy and everywhere. You are running away from it too. Jesus save me. Allah save me. God save me. Come and save me, God. Then you run into the hands of lunatics with they hear voice. But they can also read Bible or Quran. Lunatics where don't they hear voices. Mad people where don't they hear voices. You call them your men of God, women of God, and the rest of them. Because your men of God have been hearing, they are hearing voices. Describe this for me. Shele normal. Shadeboye normal. Is this man normal? Do you think Adeboye as a Yoruba man is God told him that he could do this? Still by mad. Adeboye oba mad. Well, some said no be Adeboye mad though. They say that Olufon mad. You see that Olufon na Obao. And you see this stool of Olufon, whatever it is, right? As a royal stool, in Yoruba land. We don't know who is mad or who is not mad. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say earlier? That you run into the hands of mad people in the name of religion. Okay? Just simply because how you are conditioned or programmed and the rest. The general overseer of a church, a supposed educated man, who should ordinarily have respect for culture, the tradition of his own people. But no. He is from Israel. Adeboye is from Israel. Ara Israeli ni. Àwọn ará, shey you get? Àwọn ti Jesus of Israel or Nazareth. So Adeboye went to go and pray for a king. The king left his own stool in Yoruba land. That's why when I look at some of you, who are wasting your energy to use Tifnumbu and the destruction they have brought to Yoruba land, to now use that to blackmail the Yorubas, trying to make Yorubas believe that Tifnumbu is anything at all to us in Yoruba land. That's why sometimes I just kind of feel like, man, olórí burúkú ni Ọlọ́run ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ọba aládé, àwọn ọba Yorùbá, wọ́n á kó adé sórí, wọ́n á lọ kúnlẹ̀ ní Redeem Church lọ́dọ̀ Adébóyè. Wọ́n á wá ya fọ́tò wọn. Royal fathers came to pray in Yoruba land. Èèyàn ṣí èrè, you are looking for Igbos. You are looking for Igbos to teach a lesson. APCLies fẹ́ ṣe fún wọn. Why your culture and our tradition, our real thing, are being desecrated in the face of all these foreign gods that they are using to insult us. It's actually insult, a complete insult. It's even more than insult. Some said it's sacrilege. You will see kings, Yoruba kings, Emi Omo Yoruba, who knows what makes a king. We know the rituals and all of everything that actually makes a king. Una destroy all of that in the name of your Jesus, to the point that Adeboye went to a palace. A king stood up for him. I bet they are actually clapping, because Adeboye, they said Adeboye represent the Almighty God. You get? So if a king can stand up for Adeboye to sit, now he's sitting down there now pretending to be, all those all of this their fake nonsense. He's sitting down there controlling some spirit. That the Geo is in spirit like that. You have that the Geo is blessing that stool for him. That the Geo is making sure that nobody can remove that man from that seat again. That the Geo is praying there. RCCG. If you are following me and you are a member of RCCG, if I say you go have to drop your RCCG weary outside the temple here. Sure, you understand? Now every now and then, Adeboye and this own criminal organization and the rest of them. Now, so every now and then, they will either peace on the poor Nigerians or peace on what Yorubas should hold sacred. Their Jesus is bigger than the stool of Oba in Yoruba land. And a Yoruba man will say that with so much confidence. Yes. Jesus is the Lord. Jesus is the Lord. Is that not why your mad Gio will Adeboye Lord Joko so this stool Oba Nile Yoruba in Yoruba land? The same Adeboye. Surely Lord Joko so this stool emir anywhere. Torolori Brukuni. Can Adeboye go and sit on any emir stool like this in northern Nigeria? No, because a useless person was crowned a king. A useless man crowned a king in Yoruba land, stood up from his own stool and put their geo on it to prove what? That is in Nigeria we are talking about. Everything everything has gone like, I don't know. It's like an asylum. It's like mad people have taken over the asylum. Mad people. I don't give a damn. I know. I'm just trying to kind of let me rant you. Let me rant there, because when I see something that I don't feel comfortable with, that's how I rant to. Whatever you have. You dey hear me? So when you now turn around and say, Amaego, please wash your mouth. Oh, okay. We all know what is going on. But a generation should be watching this. All of you who are young people watching me right now. This is not right. Oh. It's not normal. Oh. That is what, when you abuse a system for so long, this is what it will lead to. Yeah? The society where everything goes. The society where there is actually no respect for anything that could be called sacred at all. When you abuse a process for too long. Yoruba Obas and the Yoruba traditional stools, they have nothing to do with your Jesus or with your Allah. You can deceive yourselves for all you care. But we know better now, Sha, that it is only, it's not just our what do you call it, our freedom that we lost to those who put us in this contraption. It's like we have lost our minds too. Totally. And you will figure it out later. So that is on the side. Now, if we go a bit further, it is what I picked up from those who are going home to the Eastern Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, when they talk about one Nigeria, how do you actually really kind of live with that illusion? How do you live with it? Now, I'll tell you something. You know, Nigeria has 63, Nigeria has been in existence since independence, which is 63 years, right? Do you know that currently Nigeria is in debt that is over 150 trillion naira? And when I say Nigeria, it means everyone in Nigeria is owing that money, including the Igbos. Do you know that in that 63 years, there is no single railway that connects the Eastern Nigeria to any other part of Nigeria? Would you believe that? No? Oh, would you? Would you believe that, yeah? Do you believe that? No? Okay. It is true. They borrow money in the name of Nigeria. The busiest region when it comes to vehicular traffic all year round in Nigeria is between the West and the East. I'm using numbers now, facts. The busiest region with vehicular movement, when you say mass movement like that, mass transit, it is from the Western Nigeria to the eastern part of Nigeria, then from northern Nigeria to the eastern part of Nigeria. And do you know, there is no railway that connects northern Nigeria to eastern Nigeria, to the ports right there in eastern Nigeria, including right there at the hands down in the Atlantic from that part of Nigeria? None. There is also no single rail that connects the Western Nigeria, which has the highest traffic connection between Western and Eastern Nigeria every year. There is none. But there is one Nigeria that could borrow money to construct rail line from Kano in northern Nigeria to Maradi in Niger Republic. And when they borrowed the money, guess who are those who are going to pay? Every part of Nigeria, including the Igbos. Somebody was like, is that true? Is it true that there's no railway that connects the eastern Nigeria to the... I say, yeah, there's none. Just go on the road. Then some said, and I started seeing the Lagos Abobakus. They were like, don't construct it. If you construct the rail to the eastern Nigeria now, the Igbos will stop coming down to the west. Others said that, the Igbos will just be rushing down to the Olori Bruku, like the ignorance, If you say you have one Nigeria, and because of the intentional political marginalization, we have held the whole country and the people down for 63 years. What could have been the biggest economic hub in the entire Africa, not West, was sacrificed on the altar of a political marginalization. Somebody said that about they have Igbo billionaires that could construct the railway. I don't know how to kind of explain that. I ask you, okay, are you still living that delusion called one Nigeria? And if what is one in that? What? Country of 200 million people with over 980,000 square kilometers of land. And you only have one seaport. And you think that is normal? 63 years of existence, 100 years of creation. You have no real connection to the busiest region in the country. And you are so deluded, truly. And that's why people like us are like, stop living the lie. Just ignore the old lies and let's tell ourselves the truth. Let us break it up and go our separate ways. Holding ourselves down, thinking we are holding others down. And a lot of you, because of the political, the tribal, or the ethnic, the ethnic division or divisive policies that you've been playing, will never make you understand the prosperity that has been locked away on this political vendetta or political marginalization that does nobody any good. Nobody. Nigeria is a poor country, very poor. And the criminals who are printing money for themselves, running a show there, they don't give a damn. As long as it remains so. Or you, Tatanfo Ekiti, who has no sense, you also want the status quo to remain so, not knowing that as it remains, millions, including your own offspring, your children, they're going to be born into that poverty. In the poverty they intentionally maintained. So, they said they militarized the whole place. I've said that before. And one of the reasons why people don't like going back is not because of any lies they told you about insecurity. People have been there. And in fact, they are so surprised. They said they want to start spending money now. The Igbo says, we need to start spending money on PR. They told us that if you come to the East, this is what will happen. They didn't know that, in fact, this Tifnumbu and gang, they are among those who are spending hundreds of millions, if not billions of naira to continue to give out all this terrible PR about Eastern Nigeria. Hey, ESN this, unknown gunmen that. Oh, they just come around and kill people. They just do this and do that. A lot of you believed them because you didn't know that this is also a propaganda. A propaganda to show that the Eastern Nigeria is a no-go area. A propaganda to make you feel like, why do you want, that's why the Igbos are coming or they are leaving the place. Igbos are not leaving the place the way they are making you believe. But when the economic situation in that region, which is politically motivated in most of the time, does not favor those who are residents there, won't you look out for opportunity wherever else you can? And since Nigeria is programmed that way, that from the north, from the east, from the wherever it is, everybody is going to be moving down to one single location where there is a port, Lagos. So more people choose not to go back to that place because of the terror and the terrorism that the Nigerian government placed on them. They militarized the eastern part of Nigeria. And you will think that you are actually in northern part of Nigeria if you are going to the eastern Nigeria. the northern Nigeria where they are kidnapping thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people, and tens of thousands of people being killed, you will never see this kind of military checkpoints. And this alone is what discourages most. Since some of them have now preferred now to kind of, fly and all that. And man, I started seeing some beautiful stuff from the eastern Nigeria. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And some of them are actually saying, oh no, I would never listen to any of this social media nonsense about the eastern Nigeria anymore. I would never follow all this. You know what I mean? Like Igbos themselves, so disappointed that they've not done this a while back. Abi? So to that, see what it takes. See what it looks like to go to eastern Nigeria for holiday. If that is the same on your own, when you are going to your hometown, tell me.
I get there in the morning, and there's one good thing about my people. I don't want you to don't have to for my people. No, excuse me, listen. I put that as a director in defense. This is not what the army is. Allow these people move. And I'm going to stay here till, let me tell you, this nonsense must stop in this country. Move. Go. Please, some people should go down. Every other people. The
problem is that there's a construction.
Please, I don't need any of you to control anything. Okay, let them move. No. I don't need you people again. I don't need you people here again. See, push out those things on the road there. We don't even need that road block there. Go down there, push down, let these guys move their way. Everything that we need to do there. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go. I said I'm pushing. Why did they even allow that guy to enter that line? Move. Please move. That guy is too slow now. What's wrong with him now? Come, can you push that guy out of that road? Huh? What's wrong with him? I put us as a director in defense. And you can't keep this kind of people here that don't know what life is all about. And they're telling the federal government to stay here. My tax money, my own tax money. We need to put ourselves together and just.
Gisra, there are many people who have been on the road for 2-3 days because they are going for the holidays. All because of different, it's like, between Delta states, between Benin, when you pass Edo Benin, right? Between Benin and Onitsha, before you finally get to Onitsha Bridge, you would have encountered like 80, I'm not saying it, over 80 checkpoints. Ridiculous, Abi, because it's true. It is so ridiculous, right? That people will be moving like snails for days in traffic because they are clearing one, and they were not like, what are you doing? Why do you have to keep people on the road? Security, we are checking their back. People are coming home for holidays. Your job is to ensure that when they get to their destinations, right, there are security provided there. No, they are checking road every year. Since them bomb me, it has never changed. Do you really, what about the roads? There is no road. East-west road, uncompleted for nearly 20 years now. Uncompleted. And that's Nigeria for you. See, make I quickly say something here. I know say some of you are in Gboro. You know the year word. I say if I'm saying anything, whether now your pastor, or your imam. No, they tell me, say, make I watch my mouth. You know they hear word. And borrow. And listen, you they tell me, say, make I watch my mouth. If I don't watch my mouth about Adeboye, waiting go happen. Tell us. Because some of you are so dumb. In the name of your Jesus, you are so stupid. And you don't know. What will happen to me if I don't keep my mouth shut? If I say something about Adeboye, what's going to happen to me? Something bad, Abi. You see? And that tells you that you are serving any God, Abi. Olori buruku ni. Ati wa Adeboye. Adeboye olori buruku ni gbogbo yin. So your God is going to do something bad to me because I said something about Adeboye, Abi. So what does that tell you about that your God?
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning. Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
That your God, Adeboye, and yourself telling me to be careful. So your God is a God that if you don't like somebody, or if somebody says something you don't like about you, or about your useless pastors, that your God will just go and, Abi? No be today una they come here, come they show your stupidity and madness. And I kind of understand. You cannot live, you can't be living in Nigeria, and not believe all this nonsense that you are telling yourselves. Una no de tire ni. Say una no de tire. You come on to my Yegun's diary political, ma shekpe for pastor yin, ma shekpe for afa yin, ma shekpe for sultan yin, at anybody. Once they kind of pass that boundary, all this have ekpe. Go de sin nkan to ma ṣẹlẹ̀, nothing go happen. Kí ló ń ṣe yín náà? Everything, fear. Wetin una dey fear? Say make God, because you don't want God to say, yeah. Somebody sat on the stool, insulted that tradition there. You seen it. Only can watch enemy oni kure ati wa Adeboye ni kure. So what's going to happen? Kilo Adeboye fe ṣe, kilo fe. So wetin him go do? Him go call in Sky Daddy, Abi. Adeboye will now call Sky Daddy. Hello, Daddy. One small boy is trying to abuse me. Heavenly Daddy, I want you to go and teach him a lesson. What lesson do you think your God is going to teach me? What kind of God do you then serve? Your Sky Daddy that, what? That punishes anybody you don't like. Kini yato nuyi ati àwọn jihadist blasphemy? Because some of you have so much dark arts. And that is how you control the stupid people that listen to you in the name of your Jesus or in the name of your whatever other nonsense you are using to deceive people there. You know that? You scare them. You tell them what's going to happen to them. It's going to cost you. Or it can just suddenly make you poor. You can just pray like this, they go just deport you. Oh, Yahweh. Some of you are even older. You are not young people. You know, when you are small, when you are younger, they can say things that will scare you. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't want to. Just please, God, forgive me. Please, God, I have sinned. Daddy, I have sinned. God, please forgive me. I have sinned. In the name of I have sinned. You won't come to drop that your usual fear. They think deceive arayin leyen. You understand? Sky Daddy when they talk about Adeboye, no, the term say I live men of God. Tani men of God. Who are the men of God? Your pastors. Or some of you on social media shouting, doing all this your useless crusade, scamming people, collecting whatever you can get from anybody, Abi. So you want to come and tell me you're going to be careful about who? About who? Okundo ma pa gbogbo yin papọ̀. O lè ṣe nǹkan kan sí mi. Let me tell you that one. No, nothing. 1 million because you are all evil on your own. You are all evil. There are some of you here for the past 5, 6, 7 years. They are still waiting for their God to do something to me so that they can say, hey, that boy, his mouth is very sharp. I know, say one day, he's going to say something to somebody that is going to have so much power and they're going to kill him. I knew it. So how come then you say you are a godly person? That whoever says something you don't like, who says something about your useless pastors that you don't like, you just call on God to destroy them so that you can go to church and do Thanksgiving, Abby. Say, praise God. Everybody, hallelujah. I have a testimony. Say, hey, okay. There is this young man, very lousy, very disrespectful. He doesn't fear anybody. He doesn't. So when I woke up this morning, I just discovered that they have shut down his channel. So you go and do Thanksgiving because something terrible happens to me. That is the response from your God, Abby. Oluri burukuni. And Sofadeboyebe. Just like this Akuri Nigalai, he had this to say.
Everywhere we go in the world, we're ambassadors, not those people who pass through Senate confirmation. Every last one of us, 200 million plus, we are all ambassadors of our country the moment we step outside. And how we communicate about ourselves and to ourselves, particularly on global open platforms like Twitter, Facebook, these things matter because people are watching us. Do we respect ourselves? Do we respect our country? Do we have dignity? Do we treat ourselves in an honorable way? People are watching us. And I've always said that, look, we don't want to undermine the very important work His Excellency Mr. President is doing, going around the world, actively courting investment and securing investment, not just asking for it, but getting it. We don't want to undermine that by...
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele. Nuisance.
You didn't follow me? He's talking about us being ambassadors. I am an ambassador the way I am now. I know the lie. Because why would I want to lie to you for? So that I can win next election. I can win the next what? So we are the people who can say the truth to the face of a race who believes that they are not human beings like you. So when you have influence, when you have such power like you have around when we had Martin Luther King around, then Emefiele. Today they still use his own different speeches. I have a dream. I have a dream. But your pastors and the rest of them, what are they doing with your oppressors? The people that are supposed to be your mentors, they are your tormentors. And you are praying for them. They are telling you that, don't let them hear. Don't let Baba hear. Don't let this one hear. Let them hear. I've told you that none of us is living this world alive. None of us go die when we leave this world. Sure, you know, Sha. What is that thing that makes you feel like, that you can't say the truth to power? You can't speak the truth. You can't tell the people the truth. You can't stand for something that is actually real without deceiving them and telling them tales, lies. That's not been good, ambassador. That one's still a lie. That's why I say it's a nuisance. Akuri nigalai. So I'm going to take a break. And then I think I should take calls, okay? Initially, I was going to probably just get ourselves ready for tomorrow. But let's take calls. So I will take over. I'm going to come back for that, okay? So if you're still here with me, you should try and like the broadcast, okay? Like it, if you haven't already, share it. If you haven't as well, I would have called it the Sunday sermon, right? It doesn't really matter. The message is passed, okay? When I get back out, I'll take us.
Liar.